Hi, it's Kim, and today I'm going to do a reading for Virgo who are in a relationship. This is from the 1st to the 15th of October 2016. I'm getting this video out a little bit later than I would like, but it's just how it goes. I have already dealt my cards and put them in a relationship spread, which is an eight card spread. And I'm using 2 decks for the spread, and they are Doreen Virtues and Romance Angels. And also Belinda Grace's the True Love Reading cards. I've also dealt out some more cards from Doreen Virtues, the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Some extra things that could be happening in your life. It could be in regards to a relationship, or it could be just other stuff you need to consider. And there's also some guidance cards by the Archangels, from the Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce. Okay, so this is of course for Virgo who are in a relationship. Alright, well, I'll just start reading. The first 2 cards we have are Life Purpose and Keep an Open Mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Now this is in the first position. This is the quadrant, so it is you. Alright, so for some of you Virgos, the person that you're you're in a relationship with, either dating or living together or married, may be quite a bit different from any other previous relationships you've had in the past. Physically they might be a lot different to what you normally would date, or their character is a lot different, but it's definitely been something which has pulled you together. I know we quite often say similar, works best, but opposites do attract as well. I don't think there's any perfect relationship. It all comes down to the 2 people, especially if they've had other lifetime experiences, and they will be pulled towards one another naturally anyway. And life purpose. You're probably thinking a lot more deeper these days, doing a lot of internal contemplation, meditation, starting to ask the bigger questions of why you're here, what is your life purpose supposed to be about, if you're a twin flame or light worker, yes, I'm talking about spiritual or religious, but even then religious tends not to go as deep, but you're wondering why you're here, what is your life purpose, what lessons are you supposed to be learning in your lifetime, especially, that's a big one. What experiences you've had in the past, maybe what skills you could bring to this lifetime to help you, things like that. Okay, so the second position is the way you see the other person in the relationship. So this is your partner. We've got boundaries. And we've also got worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Maybe some of you have had to set some boundaries with your partner. Some people like to socialise a bit too much, like to be out with their mates or their girlfriends. So that could be one reason why you've had to set some boundaries. Or it's something that you might have to consider. Excess drinking, partying, drug taking, things where it can have a disruption, to a relationship. And the worth waiting for. So you definitely appreciate this person that you're with. You feel like they are definitely a soulmate connection. Um, yeah, you probably haven't felt this intensely in love before as you do this time around with your latest partner. So yeah, and the angels are saying definitely that this person has been worth the wait. There will be some challenges from time to time, I do feel, with some of you Virgos and your partners, but I do feel like you will have the strength to be able to work through it. How your partner sees him or herself. We've got the divine masculine, which is a nice card, and we've got flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. See, some of them might be a little bit flirtatious, and I'm not saying they necessarily would, cheat or anything, be unfaithful, but some people just like to flirt with others, so that might be one reason why you have the boundaries card come out too. Yeah, I mean, it's good that they flirt with you and, show you a lot of attention that way, but of course we don't want them flirting with anyone else, do we? So it could be something which you need to, talk to your boyfriend or girlfriend about, or if it's, if you're married. But like I said, a few of them just might have this sexual chemistry about themselves that they just are a bit flirtatious anyway, and they don't mean anything, anything serious with it. I know some friends who are married and are flirty with other people, but they don't take it serious. The divine masculine, so some of your partners have a lot of strength of character. They're very dependable. They put their family first. Yeah, reliable, caring, loving. We've got there the lion, isn't it? Yeah, we've got the lion. We've got the man, who is the masculine, and wisdom. What have we got there? It is the hawk, I think it is. But anyway, the masculine is someone who is very reliable, dependable, caring, loving, has a lot of strength, and I'd say this is how your partner sees him or herself, because even if we're within a female, some females can be rather masculine in how they approach things, like to get the work done. Can have the final say, or like to have the final say in things. Very strong character, that sort of thing. So, but normally speaking, I'd say this would be a male. Okay, so position number 4 is what the person represents to you. And we've got self-respect. And we've got past life relationship. You have known each other before. So, yes. Well, you've probably been wondering if you are soulmates. And for this card to come out, it shows that, yes, there were definitely previous lifetimes that were spent together with one another. Doesn't mean you're necessarily in a relationship. You may have been friends, family members, work colleagues, acquaintances, neighbours, anything. So, and of course you could have been, in a relationship, lovers of some type as well. So, you've probably been wondering about that. And what the person represents to you. And also self-respect has come out. So maybe they're teaching you about self-respect at the moment. Maybe that's why the boundaries card has come out as well. To teach you to stand up for yourself in regards to a relationship, so that the other person doesn't become too controlling and manipulative. So this card has come out to say to always, you know, stand up for yourself, speak your mind, don't allow another person to, you know, walk all over you. Make sure that you have self-respect, so only do the things that you're comfortable with. And what you represent to them. Now we've got two great cards here. We've got the yin and the yang. Yin and the yang is, of course, the twin flame card. Yeah, there in the middle is the soul, and you've got, you know, the two parts, two halves of the soul. And then we've got, you know, the feminine up here hand and the masculine hand. So the feminine and the masculine within a soul. So maybe your partner is realizing that there's something very deep within this relationship, that it's not just any run-of-the-mill person that they have met, that they could be your other half and you could be theirs as well. So yeah, part of the one soul. We call that the twin flame connection. So yeah, I'd say that they've been wondering about that. Maybe they're feeling the knowing, as I like to say. Normally that's when you have confirmation, is when you feel like you've always known that person throughout your whole existence. And then, what was the other card we had? Yeah, engagement was the other card. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, so some of you will definitely be getting engaged or will be talking about an engagement, which is fantastic. But maybe, you know, with your partner, yeah, maybe they're just taking this relationship more serious if they're dating you. So engaging in more conversations, more deeper conversations, really opening up emotionally, and laying their hearts on the line, you know what I mean, like that type of engagement as well. So yeah, I'd say that it would be that with a few of you that you're having these very open, honest conversations with one another, and you're really laying everything out, exactly how you feel, and not just about love, because I feel like that's there anyway for the two of you, but all this other stuff that's coming up in your mind, especially if it is a twin flame, you know, really speaking about that, saying is that all the things that you've noticed within this relationship that you've never experienced before with anyone else. Okay, so the gardener is in, this is the obstacle section, so we've got the gardener, and we've got finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so with the gardener, I mean, basically you need to pay attention, both of you, to your relationship. The gardener looks after his garden. You know, he tends it, he fertilises it, he waters it, he takes out any weeds and, you know, he sprays it if he has to. So he looks after it so it, you know, doesn't die on him. So basically with this, you need to make sure that you as the gardener and your partner as well, because it takes two to make a relationship work, really put a lot of emotional, spiritual and physical effort into this relationship to keep it going. I feel like some of you, it could be, it could be a bit tension at times. To have that in the obstacle section, saying that either you or your partner or both of you at times will just pull away from one another emotionally. So you must make sure that you always replenish your relationship with love. So yeah, if you've got any issues, sit down and talk and try and sort them out. You know, don't live in fear, basically. Finances and career. So some of you will struggle when you're together with finances. You know, it might be a bit of a stretch with that. Some of you might have to move to be with your loved one or them to you. So financially, it could be difficult to get the money together to make that move. But yes, I mean, you know, most people, when they're in a relationship, unless they're comfortably well off later in life, most people have to go through a certain amount of financial stress before things get better, and careers can be all over the place too. So yeah, some of you will have to face these issues at times. Okay, the strengths within the relationship section, and we've got compatibility, which is fantastic. And we've got let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. Now, especially if this is a twin flame relationship, you know, if you're part of a twin flame group, that is fantastic. You can talk to other people who are going through the same type of experience as you, because you can feel quite an outsider in the realms of normal society, because most people don't understand that. I've even talked to people within a spiritual community, and a lot of them don't even understand what a twin flame is. So I'd say for this card to come out will be a good thing for any of you who are in twin flame relationships or think that you are. If you're not already part of a group, consider joining one. You know, there's a few on Facebook and stuff like that. And see if that helps you. Otherwise, I think with just others of you, I think you'll have friends who are very similar. Your friends will be similar to your partner's friends, which will be a good thing. You know, you'll be able to blend your friends easily together into one group, which is quite good. And compatibility, I think that's pretty well easy to understand. Yeah, you're very compatible. You have a lot of similar interests. You understand one another. Yeah, especially if you're the twin flame. I mean, yeah, the same soul. So you think the same. You know exactly how the other person ticks. You pick up on their emotions and vice versa. There's a lot of love. There's especially unconditional love. You just, even if you do get upset now and again, you let things go after a while because you understand it's really quite meaningless. It's just part of life, and you come to understand it. It's really, you understand that you're playing here on Earth, and it's really just, it's not really that stressful if you don't take things as serious. Okay, so the final outcome, and we've got maturity is one card come out, which is fantastic, and we've got trust. This situation is calling you to have faith. So I'll do the maturity card first. So especially if you are young Virgos, you know, in your, I'd say 20s, you're going through a lot of growth, maturing at the moment in your, I think within this relationship too, but spiritually, psychologically, you're starting to really grow up and use a lot of wisdom in your life. And maybe, especially if this is a twin flame relationship, you're bringing that out on one another. You're really focusing on learning lessons, not allowing fear to, take a handle of your life. So you're coming to understand your ego and how it does affect your life. You're learning about, different karma that's coming up in your life, which you're bringing up. Yeah, each of you are mirroring one another. So, yeah, you're bringing things to the surface that need to be released and cleared, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that you're understanding and coming to realization with at the moment. And trust. Yeah, I do feel like a few of you in the future will have a lot of trust and understanding of this process that you're going through, especially the twin flame. I do feel like this is quite a bit of a twin flame relationship spread here. You'll stop trying to understand it. I mean, we try to work it out through our ego, and it just feels like a puzzle that we're putting together, and there's always pieces missing. And it gets very frustrating because we just want the answers. We want to know exactly what's going on. But like God quite often tells us, is that we just need to trust and stop trying to make things happen when we want them to happen, because divine timing is different to our timing. And yeah, we just need to let go of all that anticipation and, yeah, acting like a child at times, wanting things our way. We've got also here Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. So some of you may have had some problems in the past with your father, some clashes, fights. Yeah, just not getting along, personality, differences. This is a time to, if you can, communicate with your father and put all those, issues and negative energies to rest. It'd be the best. At least forgive your father emotionally, internally, with your own heart. And don't hold on to any resentment and anger. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all human, including our parents. We always put them on a bit of a pedestal, but they're only human. So, time to forgive is what I'm getting from the universe, and let go, because a lot of it is just, it's not real. Even though it may feel like it is, it really isn't. It's just an experience that we're going through. I know I say that a lot, but it's so true. Helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. Especially if you're a twin flame. Maybe, like I said, joining a group will help to help you to understand that the emotions and questions that are coming up and the feelings that you're having around your partner are real, and it's not something just in your head. I know it can feel very daunting being a twin flame. You feel like, what in the hell am I thinking? It feels just so out there. So I do feel like with this card coming out, helpful person could be around just getting in touch with groups that are in the same boat as yourself and understand exactly what you're going through and can, bounce back the same thing to you. So they give you that positive feedback that you're not going crazy or anything like that. I'd also feel too is that intuitively you need to talk more to spirit, especially to your guide, who will be there to help you with any questions and will give you answers if they can, get the messages through. So you do need to probably slow down and do more meditation as well, or at least listen to your dreams. Break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Yeah, I feel like some of you are getting from spirit at the moment some encouragement to try different skills which you haven't considered in the past. And I do feel like some of them could be around tarot reading as well, or trying healing, Reiki, different crystal therapies. So especially around the spiritual, metaphysics side. I do feel like, yoga, all that sort of stuff, I'm just trying to think. But anyway, different types of, alternative religions and stuff like that. I feel like you want to break free from the way that you've been brought up by your family. Maybe if you've been Christians or other types of religions, it could be around that. But you're starting to think outside the box, which is a good thing, and you're wanting to look at things that don't really get considered too much in normal hemisphere of our society, so which is great. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. Some of you, I don't think this is necessarily around any relationship, but it might be a decision about moving. Some of you might have to consider moving to be closer to your loved one. And it's sort of playing on your mind a bit because you do want to move to be with them, but you might have to leave behind a job, sell your house, move away from family and friends, and it can be a big thing to do, and I can understand that. I do feel like this card's more around movement than anything else. But I do feel like some of you are spiritually waking up quite fast at the moment, and it can be a little bit frightening for some of you, making a decision to really open up to your intuition and allow these messages to come through from spirit. Can be a bit daunting. If it doesn't sound like you, 9 times out of 10, if it sounds like something else, like another person, then that is spirit talking to you. Of course, I can talk through you as well, through your actual, sometimes it sounds like your own voice, If it feels right, then it's spirit talking to you. I tend to get like a sensation in my head when I know it's spirit talking to me, and it's hard to explain, but you feel this tingling sensation, or you sort of jump slightly, and you just know it's angels or your guides or God speaking to you. Sometimes I do hear quite a deep voice, a male voice. It's rather distinctive. Sometimes it's a female voice. So you have guides, you have spirits, you have helpers. Alright, so the next one is time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. And like I said, I feel like some of you will be moving. Some of you, unfortunately, you might have to let go of some old friends too, which really aren't resonating at the same level as you anymore. You may not be getting along with them as well as you used to, having some clashes there, or maybe you're just keeping your distance. It doesn't feel the same, so I do feel like some of that will be around friends more than anything else, and some of them could be long-term friends you've had for a long time, so it could be a bit difficult, but you're just not feeling the same with them as you used to. Your level of spiritual growth is higher, more advanced than theirs is. That doesn't make you better, just means that you are, and more... You're developing a little bit faster than they are, maybe. But you can still love them and send them off with, love and happiness, you know, because, you know, they brought things into your life and, you know, might have taught you stuff or been there for you in the good and bad times. So, you know, when we choose to move on from other people, it doesn't mean that we end up, you know, disliking the person. You can still love them very much, but just don't feel like it's the same between you two anymore. Okay? Okay, I've also drawn out 3 cards from the Archangels, and we've got Archangel Zapkiel, and we've got ecstasy. Ecstasy. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of happiness in your lifetime ahead of you, especially in this relationship. It might have its ups and downs now and again, but I feel like overall you'll be able to get through it. Yeah, a lot of happiness, fulfillment, joy, excitement, and interesting times. So Archangel Zadkiel is saying that, yeah, look forward to a lot of ecstasy in your life because you're overdue for a few of you, and it's going to be brought to you in abundance. And then we've got Archangel Uriel. Haven't had him out for a little while. And this is Uriel is saying, have trust. Trust that things are going to go a lot more smoothly than you realise. Open up to your intuition more. Have trust there. So do some meditation as well. Or just, yeah, whatever messages that comes through, trust in them. Write them down too, because it can be, I do this. I'll get a message through and I think, oh, well, that's great. But then 5 minutes later, I can't remember it in its entirety. So if you can write them down, it's always a good thing too. And you can go back and have another look at them. Yeah, I'm a bit lazy that way sometimes. But also have trust that you're on your right path in life and things are running, reasonably smoothly. And yeah, let go of any judgment about yourself. Realise that in the eyes of spirit, you are perfect. And Archangel Uriel again, friendship. So some of you might need to, spend some more time with friends too. Especially friends with the same type of understanding as you've got, spiritual at the same level energetically. Twin flames, of course, like I said, groups, getting in touch with people like that, because there will be a good bondness there. People, you just connect when you're around the same type of people who've got, like-minded as yourself. So I do feel like it's about connecting with people who understand you at the same level of your spiritual understanding that you're at. That energy is the same or very similar. So you just 100% understand and get and appreciate people who and you feel comfortable, don't you? You really do. So I think this is a time to connect with groups of either twin flames or even other light workers or whatever you feel like you resonate with. Start looking into that, and I feel like more spiritually based groups than anything else, who will help to give you the encouragement, the support, the love, the understanding that you are looking for at this time in your life, because it's very much needed. Alright, okay there. Well, that was a reading for Virgo who are in a relationship. I do feel some of you are in twin flame relationships. Or it's a very deep soulmate one, so you've known one another in past lifetimes. Of course, I feel, even though some researchers say that twin flames only come together in their final lifetime, that may be the case for a few, but I don't feel for everyone. I feel some of us have had twin flames come together in previous lifetimes. I'm pretty certain I've been with my twin flame on at least 2 or 3 occasions previously before. Anyway, I think that joining a group people with similar interests, especially if it's on the spiritual side. Yeah, some of you need that support and encouragement, and it'll be exciting too. You'll feel fantastic. I know I do when I go to my spiritual church in Newcastle. So you just feel comfortable. You feel like you're around people who really do understand you. Because you can feel isolated when you have this spiritual understanding and you talk to others about it and they're like, what are you talking about? Or if they're religiously minded, they're like, oh, no, that's Satan coming through, and you're thinking, no, it's not. So anyway, so look at that, but there's a lot of maturing and understanding who you are. Alright, well, have a great October, and I'll try and get this next one out in the middle of October for Virgo in a relationship. Have a nice time, guys.